Good morning and welcome to Field Home Farm Sessions, episode 249, September 23rd KJ and Emmett are on of 2025. I know you missed me yesterday. I was going to go on and the internet, the Wi-Fi fucked up and didn't get on. And a couple people, actually just you, Emmett, called, but wanted to know what happened with the 4-H show on the weekend. I'll get into that in a minute. Topics today: keeping an 18-year-old interested in your podcast. that's gonna be something. Rain getting the beans started. Yes, the Great Northern Exhibition showmanship on Saturday we went to. But first, Roscoe's on too. Holy shit, everybody's on. First, I got my two 4-H live listeners last night, so we got the results. The girls do all 4-H. I know it's different for every county. Mystery's on too. I missed you, Mystery. Got to come over for a pop one of these days. So every county does it different in 4-H, and Derry, the Simcoe Club, does it. So you have to qualify to go to the Royal, which is the biggest show in Ontario, Canada, for 4-H for Derry. You have to go to you have to go to 3 shows and place decent, because you don't want to place last, because that's not going to help your qualifying. So anyways, long story short, my oldest daughter made it to the South Simcoe team. Oh yeah, she's so happy now. Unfortunately, the younger daughter did not make the team. So one's very happy, one's not so happy, but it is what it is. She had a very good calf, or she has a very good calf from the Besley farm, and she worked on her calf a lot, trained it a lot. Now, mind you, she doesn't dance either, so actually she doesn't participate in many outside activities. She just competes with 4-H. So she put all her time and effort to it in 4-H, and when we got the calves in May, my younger daughter's calf looked a little bit better, and as time went on and we toned them up, and Mystery says Chicken is going to be the chaperone. Nice. Is Chicken? I don't know. I am going to be down there for the Chicken Farmers of Ontario booth. Now I might have to rearrange that for the show, so we'll see what happens. I might save money on a room too, because my daughter could stay there, but I'm pretty sure everything's included, and she has to stay with the team. So yeah, it's very exciting. My oldest daughter, like I said, has some issues, and this will help a lot because she gets down on herself, and this is one thing where you put hard work in, you get rewards. So she did put hard work in. The calf was a baby ever since we got her. Looks great. Now, mind you, our clipping skills are not the best, so I don't know how much hair we had on that calf on Saturday at the Great Northern Exhibition, but she was pretty spiked up, and reminds me of when I used to have Jesus, Mystery. KJ, Mystery's talking about you, but you'd have to text everybody else. But yeah, I think you have to raise a lot of money. I know it costs a lot of money. Like it's not overly beneficial for the parents to go to the Royal with the 4-H, because holy shit, it's expensive. I think we're just starting. They have a meeting on Friday night. I was looking forward to. My youngest daughter, the hockey daughter, had a hockey game exhibition on Friday night, and our Lions of Schaumburg. Mystery, do you play poker? Roscoe, do you play poker? Because the Lions of Schaumburg is having a poker night on Friday in Schaumburg, and I already bought a ticket, and I was like, well, I don't know if I want to go. Oh, Mystery doesn't gamble because he doesn't want to lose any of his money. So Big Roy's coming, Dan O'Hara, Woodbridge Gord, just a lot of people, a lot of old hockey friends. Little Jerry's KJ. You should go. You know everybody now, so you might as well go. You met everybody at the outdoor farm show. So anyways, poker night on the Friday night, but then guess what? They canceled my daughter's hockey game, and it's like, okay, well that's good because my other daughter has dance, so I can go to the poker and not have any ties. And next thing you know, when do you think the fucking first organizational meeting for the South Simcoe Classic team is? It is on Friday night. So whatever, we got to make things work. I said that to my wife, and she goes, "Oh shit." We got to get that organized. So yes, it's you got to organize everything, get a bit of cash. I said to my daughters before when they put in their applications, I said it's not going to be all sunshine and glory. I said you're going to have to do a lot of work. It's a lot of organization. You're going to have to get along with a lot of other people. I said it is a lot of work. It's not just fun and games and lot of sleep, a lot of very limited sleep nights too. So I said, as long as you know that going in, but they both put in their applications and they wanted to go. My younger daughter, I think she was close to qualifying. There's just a couple other kids that were a little bit better. And my oldest daughter switched 4-H clubs this year. There's 3 4-H clubs in South Simcoe and switched 4-H clubs for various reasons and went to this other club. So she was easily the best. I mean, I'm going to say the leader, like I said before, Trish, she is bare bones, and her kids do everything. They clip everything. They take all their homegrown calves. They're not getting calves from everywhere else. And like Emmett knows from last year, we take calves that are owned by your cows and out of your herd, and they're not always the best because that you don't have much of a choice. It is what it is. So the same with these, and they did not do great. So we got the Besley calves, and they did. My daughter was grand champion showman and grand champion calf at the Beaton Fair, so that helped quite a bit for her nomination for the classic. So that should be an awesome event to go to. Mystery is I don't even know what your title is. Volunteer extraordinaire down there. You and John Drummond share a room. I shouldn't have said his last name, but you and John Drummond share a room, and Frenchie, I'll have to let the Mr. Frenchie know that my daughter's going because I called him on Saturday morning. I was driving to my daughter's hockey game in Oshawa, which is only like an hour and 10 minutes when you take the 407. So, Mystery says you like the show. I don't know if you like my last comment, but so on that respect, the day before, the oldest daughter, and thank goodness we did, wanted to go to the Great Northern Exhibition in Collingwood because that she only went to 2 shows because she was in an adventure camp when the Barrie show was happening. So she only had 2 shows under her belt. She needed 3. So we went to Great Northern Exhibition. And guess who was judging the show, Mystery? I guess whatever I can say the name. Grant Armstrong. He's a self-proclaimed genius, that guy. Anyways, not the weird placings, not the best placings of all, and just whatever. I think my second daughter finished last for showmanship, which was not where she should have been, but then she finished second for calf, which is probably not where she should have been either because the calf that won the summer show was like 6th, and it was just like okay, so whatever. And then my oldest daughter I think she was 4th or 5th showmanship, and then calf. I don't know, I forget, but it was not beneficial. I'm sure when the leaders were evaluating who should go to the Royal, they pretty much said, okay, we'll just scrap that. Let's just scrap that show because of that. Um, Mystery, I know you drive back and forth. That was my joke for the day. Come on, I can have a little joke. I'll get into that in a minute, but so yes, my after the GNE that was done. That was a big drive, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Daughters liked it; they enjoyed it. My son went too because my wife took my other daughter to her hockey tournament, so my son was going to be at home. No one to get him off the bus. My mom was gone somewhere, so Roy was gone somewhere. Everybody was gone, so he just said, "Fuck it, we'll take him to the show," and he had a great time at the show. Talking with Larissa, he loves Larissa Walker. He's in love with her, and he's 10, she's 17. I said, Brucey, I said, you're in love with her. So, and oddly enough, she's going to the Royal with her older brother Connor, and should be awesome. So, for lack of a better, it'll be a learning experience like crazy for them. So So getting to my youngest daughter in the hockey, she had her first hockey tournament with her new team in Oshawa, and it started off with a bang on Friday. They played at 10 o'clock. I forget who they played, but they won 3-0. I thought it was 5-0, but anyways, they won 3-0 first game. I was like, fucking awesome, and they have a good team, and they've been winning, and they had a tie and everything else. So you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then the next game they lost 1-0. It was a close game, so it was like, okay, that's a bit. Whatever. So then I went to see the show. The show. I went to see. Woke up early on Saturday morning. Drove to Oshawa, across the 407. I'll talk about that in a minute. And went to see that game, and they did not put on a very good show for me. They lost 5-0. It was a shit show of a game. The other team was pretty strong. A couple of errors here and there. One time the goalie had the puck. The other team poked it in. The ref didn't blow the whistle right away, and it went in. So that was not the best, but they still would have lost. So they lost 5-0. That was not a good show for me. Then I came home. My daughter was crying. I said, well, I gotta go home and start beans. So that's, you gotta do farming. I said, I gotta get the beans in to pay for your hockey. You gotta put that in there. To pay for your hockey. So then but they played at 10, or sorry, they played at 9, and then they didn't play till like 3:45 in the afternoon. So I said, I'm not staying around all day just to fuck around when I got stuff to do at home and beans to do. So I came to the hockey. I said, back in the day, if I was in tournaments, my dad wouldn't even come at all. So I said, I'm not saying be lucky I was there, but it's like, I think it should be more of a privilege that I'm there and your dad's there. He can't be there for every game. So, and then I came home and started the soya beans and had one load. So I took a sample into the mill, and it was 13.3. And the girl there, Maggie May, says, "Oh, you might want to wait a little while, this and that." I said, "No." I said, I think I'm gonna get going. Whatever it tests, whatever it tests. Got a truckload done, a little bit more in the dump wagon. And Roger, I've talked about Roger all the time, the best trucker in the world. And he took it in, and it was 12.6 was the test. So Maggie May, you're fucking wrong. So, anyways, Sunday, wake up, get everything greased, everything ready to go. Combine all day, got about 80 acres done all together with 2 days, and it tested 13.6. I put a couple wet beans in there too. So, but mixed it in. I had a couple with beans by the bush. I scooped them up and made it a little bit wetter. So they said, "Oh, there's some green beans in here." I said, "Well, whatever." So got 80 acres done. Had a few combine troubles. My dad always said, "You work on Sunday, you fix on Monday." So, but got it done, and gonna get it combine fixed and ready to go today. I ordered some parts yesterday, and hopefully get it going today. I was going to talk about the 407 the other day, and I never did. The 407, you travel on it. I said usually you feel like a king when you travel on the 407. Like you can go anywhere. I said one of our board members, he lives near Peterborough Way. I think it takes him an hour and 20 minutes to get home from Guelph, and going across the 407. Now, mind you, he says he goes about 100, 130, 135. Hold on, unedited. I'm speeding up KJ. I got to slow down for KJ. Cage will be down at the Royal doing her 4-H stuff, but so the 407, yes. So he goes down. It takes him a shorter time to get home than it does another guy who lives in Godrich. So 407 is amazing. Now I don't know whether they'll ever not. Will they'll buy it back or not? I don't know. Who knows? But you feel like a king when you go on 407. Mister, you probably don't go on the 407. You're too cheap, but. Rain. Then we had some rain yesterday. Last night on Sunday night it rained. We got about close to an inch of I think 8/10 altogether. Very, very, very much needed rain. Like that, those beans were the driest beans I've ever seen. Like as far as the dirt and the dust just flying around, and it was just we needed that rain, so it should help a lot. A lot of stuff. I don't know why I have not enough vehicles down here, but I miss there's not enough vehicles to drive kids around sometimes. That was my thing. And then Larissa, I was talking about Larissa Walker, her boyfriend Curtis, he was saying, I listened to your, hold on. Oh, there's my feed. My Newlands feed's coming in. Going to fill these chickens up. The Hubie Jen, the chickens are doing really good still. I had 3 in my new barn today and 6 in the other barn yesterday. So I'm sorry, just watching the truck drive by. And, so her boyfriend Curtis, he says, "Yeah, I was listening to your podcast the other day." He says it's kind of fucking boring. I said, well, I'm like, well, I'm sorry to hear that. He's an 18-year-old. Maybe I don't, I guess I don't entertain an 18-year-old. I know Emmett's kids that at one time they said they'd like to listen to it before bed, so they'll put him to sleep. I said, well, that's kind of encouraging. But then the question to my listeners is, how do you keep an 18-year-old, 18 to say 22-year-old, interested in a podcast? I don't know. He says, I got to tell more jokes. He says, I could do like the Goodfellas. I said, what? Do I amuse you? Do I not amuse you enough? Like, come on. Hold on. I could get that Goodfellas. Anyways, it says, what? I don't amuse you? I don't make you laugh? But anyways, he wants to hear more jokes. I can't, off the top of my head, get more jokes. Mystery, give me a joke. Oh, 5 messages. Jeepers. I don't know what you're saying, Roscoe. It's just flying. The messages are flying by. Oh, Jesus. Mystery, you're getting dirty here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I could do that too, but keeping an 18-year interested on my podcast. Now, remember, we were 18. We didn't have podcasts. We had music, and that's all we listened to. But now they got podcasts, and you can pick and choose what you want to do. But thank you for choosing this one. He should be entertained. It's only like 15, 16 minutes every time. They shouldn't put him to sleep. Like, come on. If he wants to hear jokes, I don't know. You gotta send me a couple of jokes there, Curtis, and I can put them on the air. But as of right now, it's a very, very fucking serious show. But I will talk to you later. Thanks for listening, everybody. KJ, Emmett, Mystery, shoutouts, Little Jerry, Dirty Mike, Thailand, Kevin, Woodbridge. Oh, Gord never listens, but that's okay.